Howdy folks, how are you this morning? Friday morning, let's go out here real quick. Debating on what to do to the truck. I know there's a long laundry list, which I should probably write down some stuff and make an actual list out one of these days. But already opened a door. Super humid and moist out still. About a little after 8 o'clock in the morning. You can just see that right there. All over the place, so not like we're going to be doing anything with this yet, but I plan on taking this off, probably going to clean up the floors some more here and then spray a coat of paint down, like probably that rust stuff that I got for the frame. Throw some of that just on the floor because I plan on doing some stuff with this, and I need to get some stuff ordered that's insulation for automotive that I can lay down here, and apparently has that tacky side, so I want to paint it. And what I'll probably do also, let's get down here real quick, take this off and get this wood out of here, figure out how to do that and where that all goes into. May have to get the old zip out and do that, and then replace that, maybe clean up around here. But I was thinking I should probably get some of these back panels on before I start jacking the cab up and stuff like that, because I have got all the lights and stuff that go in here sitting up in the window, and I don't really want to get them all mixed up and whatnot, because I kind of have an order of, you know, which one goes where and what. This one obviously goes over here. This one goes up here. Sorry if it's dark. But probably could throw my back speakers in also, because that ain't gonna take long. And then, you know, once I get that all cleaned up, I can start the floor, at least start cleaning this stuff up. So yeah, there's a big huge list of things to do here, which we'll do them one at a time. You know, if we get sidetracked and do something else, it's kind of what happens, but it's what it is. And I've got to do some more riveting in the back here, because there's a couple spots on the front of the bunk that popped out, and just go back through there, get everything taken out, or at least that foam thrown back up in there, and everything taken out to where I can go around and see what's, you know, still loose and what's not. So that's what we'll be doing today. That's our plans. Probably grab that fan here real quick and throw it up there, see what screws or what bolts will work, so I can throw them up there, because we're going to run to the store here eventually once I get that wood off. And you know, I got to get some new stuff, so that's going to be unfortunately costly, unless I have something up in the attic that might work. But I don't necessarily want to take that out, because that's kind of my flooring that I put crap on up there. So yeah, that's some of the things we'll be doing today. And if the wind isn't too bad, I'll probably tape some of this crap off in it, and then primer this, at least get that primered. That way, you know, I can start the process of getting that painted so we can get it to match the truck, because that's what I'm gonna do. I thought about leaving it gray in the metal, and a lot of people said you should, but you know, I want the whole thing to come together like it did before. I mean, as much as I can, as close as I can get it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I may even sand this down. I don't know what all we're gonna get into, so you know, there's gonna be some different things going on. But yeah, that's what we'll be doing today. So a lot of tedious stuff behind the scene, meticulous cleaning. May even pull that black interior down and clean it. That's what I told the wife. So I'd have to move the beetle out, because I need to be able to get to it and lay it all out, and that's going to take up a bunch of space. Like I said, the blue stuff's just on top of the wagon sitting there waiting to go up. So we'll see what happens. I guess I'll bring you back when we get into something interesting. I'll probably go check those bolts and just check that fan out real quick, so maybe you'll get to see that. If I can get it to work, that'd be awesome. So till then, you know what we say. Well, 2 hours later, we got some progress here. Jumped up in there with that fan, and I don't have bolts long enough to screw up in there, so I'll have to pick some up at the store. Just sprayed these out and wiped them down a little bit, try to get them cleaned up so we can do that nice floor rebuild here in a little bit. But made some progress over on this side too for now. Just pulled these off. Ladder and this rubber piece clean this up too so we can do a fresh rebuild on it. And even did in here. Took that stuff out. It's sitting right there. Probably just put that back in because, well, it's rubber and tools and crap are going to go in there. So I'm going to have to start now taping off some spots here. Not sure I'm too concerned about this here. I think that was black at one point. Looks like it because there is a pinstripe there. Tape this off, tape that off, tape around here, and fill a line up there, and then start shooting this thing, at least to get some stuff on here. And there's a couple spots where there's still tape on there. I got to get up there and peel off. But yeah, those surprisingly came off kind of rough. I was surprised for being brand new. Snapped one of these when I was taking it off for being on there for only a month and a half maybe. That blew my mind, but whatever. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do now. So I gotta make sure all this is dry because there was still some moisture down here when I pulled her off, and do it up. So we'll be back with probably the first coat of primer once I get everything taped off. Maybe I'll bring it back before I tape it. I don't know. I mean, we'll see, I guess. So until then, I'll be back. Well, folks, we got her taped up about as good as it's going to be for this job here, for laying this primer. Just went through, sorry if you can't hear me, with some water and Dawn soap and some paper towels and wipe this all down. I'm going to tape that up real quick. That way we don't get anything in the screws when we go to put them back in. That's the last thing I'm going to do, and then I'm going to start spraying this. So give me 1 second and I'll be right back. Well, I just actually used some old pipe cleaner here and threw them in there. That way I didn't have to worry about taping that stuff up. So I guess it's shook up enough. And here we're going to do a hillbilly job because we don't really care what the chalk looks like. Obviously the paint is already nasty, so if I get any overspray anywhere, it's really not that big of a deal. So I'm gonna start shooting this here. So I'll put you over here and you can watch me do it. I should be able to do right there like that. You might want to get a better angle on you. There you go. Well, that's one can down, so not too bad, I don't think, for what it is. I mean, yeah, obviously you can see some runs, which I've got 3 other cans I can do this with. So that's probably what I'll do. I'll probably let that dry a little bit, knock some of the stuff that's on there off, and yeah, smooth her out a little bit, and keep on doing it until I feel like it's good enough, because it really don't matter, like I said before. So no paint jobs coming in, folks. And oddly enough, just for putting this tape on here, I didn't get anything on anything. else. Look at that. Nothing. Nothing on the windows. Nothing on the doors. Not too bad for a hill jack. Well, folks, after about 2 coats and using the old Hen Paper 12,000 here and wiping her down some, it's rough. Had to use some filler. Got a little excited up there and had to use some filler down there too, which is fine. It's still a little tacky, but that's okay. But yeah, that's what it is. It's got about 2 full coats on it. Everywhere that I kind of missed in the first shooting of the primer here, the old hillbilly job, I just went over. That way there was no bare metal still sticking out. It's probably dried for about an hour and a half, I'd say. Yeah, you can feel and hear that. It's rough, but that's okay. And I went around the rivets and stuff like that, extra heavy, so you can see some runs right in that, but that will probably sand out or be covered up or not really matter because, well, we're not entering any beauty contests, and well, we really don't care because it's an old ratty truck and that's how we're going to keep it. So I've got this brown here, this rusty metal primer that I'm going to throw on some of the spots. That way when I do sand it down, if I cut down into it, it'll look like it's rust. Get that Foxtina look, because I plan on shooting some stuff up in this white with oh god, what is that? I can't remember. My mind just went blank. Oh, I'll have to remember and tell you another time because I just completely lost it. But let's go in the garage because it's in there. That way I'm not sitting here thinking about it and dumbfounded. Airbrush, that's what it is when I airbrush some stuff in there. Yeah, I can have some brown in those spots too to where it looks like it's rusty because, well, we're gonna nasty this up as much as we can. So I'll probably shoot some of that brown on there and see how it looks real quick. I think I shook it up enough, but yeah, we're not entering any beauty contest. This thing isn't a professional paint job, that's for sure. So we don't need to worry about that or care at all. And if it was going to be, it'd probably be at an actual paint shop and be getting painted the right way, but well, it's not. So you know how it goes around here. Let's shoot some of this and see what it looks like. Oh, that's what it looks like right there. It looks like, we'll see. Oh, that's not bad. Oh yeah, splatter it up. Yep. So I'm gonna shoot some different spots with this because I've got some white too that I'm actually gonna put on before I actually put the other stuff on. I just want to get these rivets to where they're covered and I don't have to worry about anything seeping down in there, you know what I mean? So that's gonna be that right there, and maybe I'll bring you back before I shoot the white and you can see some of that ugly rust looking stuff on there, because like I said, we don't care that this is rough, it doesn't matter. So it's what it is. So I'm gonna do some of this real quick, shoot some spots at least probably around those rivets and maybe a couple spots in there. That way, like I said, if I do sand it down and it cuts into that, that'll pop out. If not, we'll just airbrush it too like everything else, because I am going to put some white on that before I actually paint the green and black on, because that's all getting hand painted on just like the other stuff was before, because that's the texture and look I want it to have. I want it to be just like it was when I got it. So well folks, it's about 3 o'clock here. It's a whopping 87 degrees, 50% humidity and 3-mile-per-hour wind. And well, I just sprayed that whole thing brown. Just took the old Hand Paper 12,000 and walked down her, and still a little rough here and peeling some stuff off a little bit. So I figured I'd let that set up for a while and then maybe shoot her with some white. That way when I do hit that brown, I know I want to stop sanding when I get to that point. So that's what we're at right now, and that's probably what we're going to be. Maybe I'll leave that, I don't know. I'm going to let that sit for a couple hours. It's in the sun just baking since it's so hot. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, I still don't have any overspray. I did see a little gray right in there, but nothing major that we can't just get off. So still a decent job. But yeah, like I said, that brown is there. for the rust and the Foxtina to come in. And you know, once I hit that, when I do start standing, I know I need to stop, cut it out. So that's a good thing. Even though she's ugly, it's okay, because we're not trying to win no beauty pageants. And you can see some runs, because I wanted to try to fill around these rivets and stuff the best I could. That way I don't have anything getting in there and trying to do anything we don't want to do, since it's new, but it's what it is. So maybe when I shoot the white, I'll show you one, and then I'll probably be done for the day, because it is super hot and I'm just not really feeling like doing anything else. So it's what it is. It's a Friday and we're just hanging out at the house. So we'll see in a little bit, probably. I don't know when, probably a few hours. So give me some time here and we'll let that set up a little bit. Even though it's been on there for about an hour, it's just so hot and tacky. I just not sure if I want to throw anything else on there, which, you know, it's just coat after coat to build it up, because when I do start sanding, I don't want to just, you know, sand through one thing and just cut right through it. So it's big trash coming at you live. Well, folks, we got 88 degrees out, and I just burnt like a lobster because I didn't put any sunscreen on. Not being very smart here out in the sun. But yeah, we're done for today. There you go. It's what it is. I'll get that tape off there real quick, because we don't need it on there. But yeah, I only got, I mean, overspray got on this, which will come off or be painted over. One gray spot there. And that thing is just brighter than bright. And right there, which that's going to be black anyway, so it don't matter. But that's what we're looking at for now, until I get the rest on there, which all be hand painted, you know. Said that before. Helicopter, that plane is loud. Yeah, I'm gonna shut it down and get out of the sun, because, well, I'm done. Probably put that ladder back on too, because I'll leave it off for, I don't know when the next time as I'll work on this thing. I gotta work tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. So we will see what's gonna happen. But yeah, it's a little different. That's how it was when the guy bought it. So I guess now I just have to reenact him and hand paint that green on there, and mark out my lines for the black, which I can go over on the other side and see anytime I want. So that's what we got going on for today. Good old Friday. Need to clean the rest of my mess up here real quick, and then go inside and hang out with the wife, because that's what she wants to do. She wants to hang out. But there's the lines I'll be using as a reference guide. And I got pictures too. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. Only thing that's going to be different is I'm not going to be able to have this coming out, because, well, there's no blue under the stuff. So that's the only thing that's going to be different. But that's why I put that brown on there. So I guess we'll see how it looks when it's all done and sanded down. Maybe I'll just do it and keep it a surprise. Maybe I'll show you. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Hope you enjoy your weekend. Howdy, folks. How are you today? The next day here after painting the side panel, Saturday. And I am going to put some pinstripe on this truck so I can get some green on that white, because I think it's set up enough to where I feel like it'll be fine when the time comes to have to sand down through there. So basically, I'm just going to follow the other ones and run a pinstripe here, and then the pinstripe up so I can get that green on and get all this green. And then there's going to be a pinstripe that comes under here. So this is all going to be green too in that region. And then I will be able to start sanding on that, because that's how basically how the truck was when I got it. It was the green with white, and then I had added the black like I said. So that way I can sand all this too and add the black, because I've got to get this down in here to where that's going to go, because that's going to go down and then come off. So I'm going to end up taking this thing off because we don't need it on there, and then lay the stripe and get it to where it's right. And I'll I'll pretty much be able to leave that green on there. I just want to get this off and get the tip. That way, you know, it's taken care of. Then I can sand all that down and add the black to it. It's a little bit windy today, so there won't be no spraying. It's all going to be done by hand because, well, that's how it's painted. So that's what we're going to do. I mean, it may be a little troubling laying that pinstripe with the wind, but we'll do what we got to do. That's for sure. We always do. So yeah, let's go in there real quick and I'll show you the pinstripe, and then I'm gonna get to work. And once I go through the progress and stuff like that, I'll bring you back and show you what I'm talking about. Well, it's really not that big of a deal, but it's what it is. So yeah, I just got like 3 of these silver things because I wasn't sure. It's got that nice metallic in there, how much I would need, and I ended up getting 3 and only didn't even use a whole one when I did it the last time. So it's always nice having extra stuff. So until I come back, you know what we say. Well, that's what we got going on, folks. The old pinstripe on here, like I said, that's all going to be black, so that's the only thing that's going to need to be touched up green. And I'll probably pull that one off and fix it up because they're not exactly the same, and they never were, because for some reason the dude put this line on this side when he did the green on here, and this one on this side, so it should probably come down over here like this, or vice versa. So that's something I'll take care of later. But yeah, I mean, it's that corner is going to get green, and then this right here is going to get green, and that's all going to be black, so it can stay white. Or, you know, I thought I should probably just paint it all green, but that was under the black was white, so I'll just leave that white there, and then it's good enough for me. So I'll be able to slap that on real quick, and we'll get back to you once we get that on there. See what it looks like. Get rid of this white today. Well, folks, we got the first coat on, and it's not pretty by any means, but, well, there it is. That's what it looked like when I got it. Green, white. Nothing spectacular. As you can see, we've got some gorgeous runs and stuff in there, which when that sands down, that brown's going to pop right out of there, hopefully. That's what we're going for. But you can tell the difference here between the colors of the green, the brightness and the fade, which is all good. So yeah, let's go inside real quick and I'll show you what the guy used. I got that little tip done too. Yeah, the paint can that he had given me when we picked up the truck was fantastic. It's Sherwin-Williams high gloss metal finish enamel with a brush. Oddly enough, the dude had sprayed the frame with the gun, okay, when I first got it, and there was overspray on the motor and everything. I'm pretty sure I've already said this, and that's why I went through and painted it black. But you know, you can still see some green through there, which is coming out at some spots. But yeah, it was a hot mess, that's for sure. I'm talking gun spray everywhere, and well, everything that just came off because, well, just didn't want to stick. So that's why we got the original coming through here still. And you know, he had just painted over that like moss and stuff that's on Betty White, and that was the craziest thing that I seen when I picked this up, the fact that that was painted over when I really got into it a little bit more. But it's what it is. We like ugly things, so we're fine with that. So we like ratty old vehicles, and we'll make it our rat rod, that's for sure. So yeah, that's what we got going on right now. I'm gonna let that stuff dry out for a while because it's so hot out, and it's tacky still. Just touches. Probably been about, oh, maybe a half hour since I put it on, but yeah, it's pretty nasty still and sticky, so it may take a couple hours. I don't know. I might not even be able to put another coat on until tomorrow or later on when it the sun goes down and it cools off. We'll see how it feels. So till then, we'll come back, and you know what we say.